Good afternoon, Miss Macmillan. I'm glad that you could come in to visit with me today. And we had spoken earlier about some concerns that you have about being an empty nester, being alone after your son leaves to go to college. Uh, is that correct?
Yes, those were some of the concerns that I have had recently.
Okay. And so whenever and wherever you would like to start, I'm here to listen.
Well, as you know, my son will be going away to college or the military um, after he graduates high school, and um, it's going to be a very hard transition for the both of us. And there are things that I'm concerned about, and things that I just don't know how to navigate through right now. Being that he's my only kid that I have, and I spent the last 18 years raising him and being the dominant parent. So I definitely have some concerns about, you know, cutting the apron strings.
I totally understand. You look like you're a survivor and know what you want, and I commend you for that. Uh, so, have you spoken to your son how you feel?
We've we've talked on many occasions on how I feel and how we're both going to navigate through this new part of our life. And he understands that it's going to be a hard transition for me mostly. He's very independent and very headstrong. So he feels like he knows how to navigate through life without his parent. But we know that there's always going to be some growing pains in any transition. We talked about steps moving forward, the beginning steps of how we're going to cut those apron strings, since I'm pretty involved in his life right now, and I'm trying to let go and prepare him more for life without me. So we've talked in depth about all of those things.
Okay. You also stated that you're going to move. Is that right?
Yes, I mean, right now we live in a 3-bedroom house with a garage and um, a backyard, and I don't feel like that's I need that, nor will I feel like that's going to be easy to maintain with just me
Yes.
and the financial burden of it all.
Okay. So, also, you stated that it will help when you're moving. It'll help you in two ways, and one of the ways was one of the reasons that you said it will help you, with your finances and helping him and downsizing. That will create a smaller area for you to live in.
Well, yeah, I mean, living in a 3-bedroom house is a with with the cost of living now it's pricey, and so I thought about moving into a 2-bedroom condo or townhome, just to offset the cost of him moving away and me having to help with his expenses when he's away. So I prepared to move out of the house and move into, like I said, a condo or a townhome, just so that I can have some more financial security and independence, so that if he needs help, I'll be there to give him financial assistance.
Okay. And are you going to move before? Are you going to move before he leave or after?
I plan on moving after he leaves. Finding a place after he graduates high school. Well, I would say I'll find a place after he graduates high school. Now, I don't necessarily know that he's going to be gone by then, but yes, after he graduates high school, I plan to move. We plan to move.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's great. Well, when he comes home, I'm pretty sure you have everything all ready for him, all situated when he comes back home for a break.
Of course, keep it in a place where he knows that he still has a home, and is very important to the both of us. Since you know, that is also a thing that I worry about too. Just making sure that he knows that even though he's not here, he is still a big part of my life here.
Yes, totally understand. What is your biggest fear?
That's a great question. You know, I don't feel like I have a big fear. I feel like I have a lot of little fears. Just like, you know, navigating life, not being a parent is one of them. Like when you've raised a kid for 17 or 18 years, and all of a sudden you don't have to pick up, you don't have to drop off, that's a lot of time that now that I don't have those responsibilities, like what am I going to do with that time? Am I going to like get a second job or get a hobby or and then like whenever you have that time, you also have that time to think.
Yes.
And I tend to be an overthinker, and so you know that the devil, what do they say?
Idle mind is the devil's workshop.
Idle mind is the devil's workshop, and we don't want him to have any room to work. So what I want to do is be productive in that time, and I don't want him to have to worry or think about, you know, how that's affecting me that he has gone away. That's one of my other worries, that I don't ever want to be a burden, either emotionally or psychologically on him. I want him to be able to know that I'm here thriving while he's away thriving.
Yes.
So my biggest fear is how to maintain that thrive, because right now I'm thriving. I have a job. I have him to take care of, but I don't want that to be a burden on him or me to figure out how am I going to thrive without being that parent.
Yes. Okay, on a scale of 0 to 10, how important is it for to you to adjust to living a single life?
I feel like at 5, because I'm already single. You know,
Yeah.
it's not going to be the fact that I'm not going to be a single person anymore. It's like, what do you do with the time that was consumed by being a parent?
Okay.
So I feel like it's between 5 and 3, because I already have started navigating being a single person. So that's not a big concern to me.
Mm-hmm.
Being an empty nester is more of my concern.
Oh.
Because like, what do you do with all that? Do you call often? Do you like give them their space? And like, that's a hard thing to do. And like, they're around you, and like, part of my time is thinking about how do I make him feel comfortable, and how do I do the things for him to not have to lack or worry. So now I will be thinking about that. Like, what is he doing? Is he okay? Does he know how to do laundry? Does he know how to do some dishes? I know he knows how to do that at my house, but like having to buy the things to do, does he know which ones to buy? Is he allergic to any kind of dish soap? Do we need to know that before he move out? Those are all the things that are in my mind right now, being an overthinker, that he has not even left yet. So my biggest concern is not overthinking everything. Like, I have raised him to be a very productive and very independent kid, but it's easy to be independent when you have your parent doing all of the things for you. And like, have I raised him to be independent without your parents doing all those things for you? That's one of my biggest concerns.
Well, you know what they say, when you get a break, the kids always come home with a bunch of dirty laundry.
Absolutely.
Yes, I totally understand that. And when he comes home to visit, how is that going to affect you with knowing that he's going back home?
I think to keep that in the normal, in the front of my mind, that it's just a visit. It's not to stay. So long as I keep that mindset of he is going to be leaving back, and not get comfortable with the fact that he's back home, because he's not back home. He's visiting home. So just to keep that on the forefront of my mind, that It's just a visit, and I'm gonna love him. I'm gonna do all his laundry, get him prepared to go back, and that's how I'm gonna prepare for it. I'm preparing to get him everything that he needs so that he can be comfortable going back.
Exactly. Okay, so moving to seek change. Um, how do you feel that the area in which you are comfortable with, or you're going to move to a totally different area where it's close to your employment? What do you think about that?
Well, one, I plan on finding new employment also. So I'm not going, so I don't plan on staying in this area. This area was only because this was where he wanted to go to high school and where he wanted to graduate. We've already had that conversation that the only reason why we're living in this area is because he chose to want to stay in middle school and high school to be closer to his friends.
Okay.
So we've already discussed that. I will not be living in this area.
And okay, so far we have spoke about, your feelings about being an empty nester, your thoughts about moving, and do you have any final comments or concerns that you have for me?
It's always good to just have someone to talk to and have someone to bounce ideas off of. So I just want to make sure that this is an ongoing counseling session versus a sit and get. Like I just sat here, talked about it, and I got the information, and then I'm going to move on. I just want it to be more of something that we can continue to talk about.
Okay. So you said that you were going to seek another position?
Yes, my job right now is 45 minutes away from here, and I don't plan on moving to Baytown, where I currently live. We had already talked about moving closer to the city, like and maybe exploring other parts of the city, because this is the only area that he's known. And then when he leaves, I want to, and this is really where I grew up, so I just want to, branch out, and even through this transition in life, branch out to new areas around the city. So yes, I plan to move jobs and move to maybe Humble, Katy, Cypress, somewhere around in there.
Yes, totally understand. So basically, you want to find something within the general area closer to where you're going to work at after you change your position.
I did want to work in maybe Humble or Cypress or just somewhere different. It doesn't necessarily have to be those areas, but those are the areas that I have been looking at. Just because of how much those areas are growing, and me being in education, I feel like they're always going to build new schools in areas that are growing, and I don't necessarily know if I want to go back in the classroom or do I want to do educational leadership. So it's better to branch out to somewhere new that I could that's still growing, so I could grow with that area.
Okay, I totally understand that because I have been through that also. So I understand what about moving and going to a different part of the city, and it was new to me too. I moved closer to my job, and it is just like, time. Time away, the time it takes to travel from home and to work. So I was catching Metro. That was my best friend, Metro, especially when I live so far away from the job, and so right now. Do you have any other concerns? No.
No, I think I pretty much overthought this, and this has probably monopolized most of my thinking for the last, well, I don't know, few months. So now that I'm talking to somebody, it does make it feel a little better, and to just get it off your chest and converse with someone else about it, especially someone you said that you've also been through the empty nest stage in life. So it's really good to just converse with someone who's actually been there also.
Yes, definitely. And don't forget, we are partnering together. We are in this together. So anytime you feel the need that you need to speak with me, talk with me, you can always pick up the phone, make an appointment, and we will definitely have another conference period.
Oh, that would be lovely.
Well, thank you so much for coming in,
Thank you.
and you have a great day.
Mm-hmm.